Hello, everybody, and welcome to the program. For those of you that haven't seen this yet, I shared this. excuse me. I shared this on Twitter a few weeks ago, but this is hilarious. Verizon puts this tower in the middle of the sidewalk. Can you believe it? I want to show this to you right now. You're going to be amazed when you see this. This is in Omaha. They don't show the whole thing. But look at the picture there. This is a 5G Verizon tower in Oklahoma. Okay. No, I'm sorry, Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. And they were going to put these millimeter wave nodes on lampposts and utility poles. Okay. They don't show the whole picture, but this is what they're doing in the middle of the sidewalk in front of this person's house. Now, and you all know, you tech experts out there know that requires a lot of small nodes and millimeter wave networking at the pole every 1,000 feet or so in order for these to deliver these gigabit speeds that Big Red boasts. This is from a phone arena, okay? And this is hilarious because, let's go down here. It says the nodes were originally scheduled to go on lampposts, but as the residents of one Omaha, Nebraska neighborhood learned the hard way, this is not always possible to pull off. After all the scheduling and the permits, instead of the parking or the home's lawn, Verizon cell phone tower ended up in the middle of the narrow sidewalk, as you can see there. Now, this is from a TV station, WOWT 6 News. It says, here's the picture of the whole thing. This would make me laugh. And it says, you don't see this ever. This is from Ashley Richardson from WOWT News in Omaha. This was printed out. Let me see the date here. July 27th. That was a few days ago. Let's see what this tweet says. It says, you don't see this every day. A cell phone tower was built in the middle of the sidewalk. Now the homeowner wants answers. The city says that there's a Nebraska state law preventing them from getting the tower removed. So let me look this up here. Okay. Nebraska state law pertaining to cell phone towers. Okay, bang. Now, let's see. All right, here we go. Now, we found this out here. Here we are. Now, this is sections, this is the Nebraska Telecommunications Regulation Act. Okay. Now we're going to, hey, Mr. Carlos, how are you? How are you doing tonight? How are you? All right. Now, this is the Nebraska Telecommunications Regulations Act. Now, okay, I want to find out here about poles. Okay, we're going to look down here, and we're going to talk about cell phone towers. Okay, residential service. Because it says in that article about there's a state law saying you can't remove preventing them from getting the tower removed. So, let's take a look here. And we'll see what the law is. Okay, regulation, bills. This is all about the money, requirements, Public Service Commission, all this stuff here. Let's kind of find here what it says about removing poles. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, it says here, In addition to requirements of Section 86-129, person shall file application with their permit, telecommunications contract carrier, service, sending telecommunications into the territory, and other communications. Okay. We're getting close here, everybody. Just trying to see about poles. Boy, this is a big one. Toll line connection. But anyway, you get the point here, where it says there's a state law saying that you can't remove it. So, after all the brouhaha, the neighbors called the city planner, city lobbyists, law department, and even the state senator, Verizon was forced to explain itself on the small node matter. Now, this is what Verizon said. Okay, you see it on the screen there. This is what Verizon said about this pole in the middle of the sidewalk. And go back to the picture of it again. There it is. You can tell why they put it here. Nobody knows, but we're going to read the explanation from Verizon. Here we go. The planned location for the Verizon small cell node at 55th and Poppleton in Omaha was initially near the green space south of the sidewalk between the curb and the sidewalk. However, during site planning, it was discovered that multiple city utility lines existed in the area. However, Verizon coordinated with the city of Omaha to avoid the other utility lines by extending the sidewalk south in order to place the pole in the upper north half of the sidewalk. The city's planned sidewalk extension also allowed the Verizon pole to be set further from the border of the right-of-way and avoid being close to the adjacent property. Okay, now, there you have it. If you want 5G, fast forward 5G, this to be made for all carriers, not just Verizon. And, okay, so, now, those tech experts out there probably know this more than I do, but it says from the moment a carrier submits a 5G facility request to a town, city, state, whatever, they have 60 days to process it when it comes to pre-existing structures like lampposts, 90 days for construction such as on buildings. That's too short of a notice, and if the council's failed to raise it, the action FCC rule stipulates the installation request has to be automatically granted. So there you go. Now, isn't that strange to put that thing in the middle of the sidewalk? What's that person going to get up every morning and have to look at that thing? But I don't know what the state law is in Nebraska, preventing them from removing it and moving it somewhere else. Probably it's still there. This was July 23rd of this year at 5 p.m. I don't know if that's 5 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, whatever it is. And they made the sidewalk bigger to accommodate this thing. So there you go. So you don't see that too often. You see that in Delaware. You don't see that around here either. You don't see that around here either, I'll tell you that. You don't see that around here. But anyway, as you all probably remember, I have a OnePlus N10 5G. And I got it for free in February of this year at the Metro store. And I had it on Metro by T-Mobile. So last night, or this morning, today, around let's say 3 o'clock in the morning, I went ahead and unlocked it. It took 3 times to unlock the darn thing. And it finally unlocked. And I stuck my T-Mobile SIM card in there. And it worked. The only problem I have with this thing is it's still registering on Metro. Well, you want to call customer care, bling, Metro comes on. But it connects to T-Mobile, runs off the T-Mobile network. It works fine. But just that 611 issue. I reset the network settings and boom, it's still acting up. Anyway, it works good. It runs fine. I would rather use my Moto 1 Ace 5G. It works better, runs better. Everything is great with it. So there you go. But the question is, isn't that going back to the Omaha, Nebraska cell phone tower? Excuse me. How can you live and put up with that goofy thing in the middle of the sidewalk? You have to wake up every morning to that darn thing, that stupid, idiotic tower in the middle of your sidewalk, looking out your front window, and that big, long, brown Verizon tower is sticking out your front window. So, weird. But couldn't they figure out what the city of Omaha, find out what the Nebraska state law is to see if they can get that thing moved somewhere else? I don't know what the purpose was of putting it there in the first place. Oh, man. I'm telling you, the three carriers that stick poles anywhere, get the permit, say, oh, I'm going to put it over there on the corner of the road. Permit, boom, 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 bang. Oh, I want to put it over there. I want to put it down here. And none of the residents who live there get to say anything. It's like in Bethany Beach. Verizon put 2 small cell nodes on these wooden poles, 2 of them, behind the dunes about a month ago, and nobody knew about it until someone walked up to it and saw these 2 poles, these small poles about this big, and called called the town of Bethany Beach on the phone and said, what are these 2 towers doing here? Everybody was fighting and arguing and screaming and yelling. Then they had to get a state senator involved. And they finally are going to move those 2 towers in October somewhere, once they plan to figure out where these 2 towers are going to go to. So there you go. That's sort of the same thing. You want cell phone service, but you aren't able to deal with the towers that go along with it. Luckily for where I live, we don't have any of that problem. Put the towers in the middle of the sidewalk or next to dunes on a beach. They're either underground or they're on poles somewhere. And today I was going down the road and I saw these 2 electrical wires tied with string together like this. And strange. Also, strange thing. And also, I found out, I called Boost customer care a few days ago, and they explained to me that they have partnered with AT&T, but they don't know exactly when it's going to start. And as of right this minute, Boost is still on T-Mobile. Yeah. So those of you that's what they told me on the phone, exactly what they told me. So we shall see. And this is the SIM card holder. Boost. There it is. I stuck it in my Pixel 3. It works, but now I got to pay the bill. And so I'll have 2 T-Mobiles temporarily, of course, until AT&T comes around. They'll have 1 T-Mobile. And I said to myself, why am I going to have 2 T-Mobiles? Ew. Well, at least the one in the Pixel isn't owned by T-Mobile, which is a good thing. The one in my OnePlus and Moto is Owned by T-Mobile. Owned. All right. So that is a picture of what the extended network SIM card looks like on T-Mobile. There you go. I stuck it in the Pixel. So I know I'm going to get comments saying, man, you started out so early. You should have waited until AT&T came along. Blaze. Hey, look who it is. Oh, my God. Yeah, Blaze, I saw your fake new Twitter page. It was so nice to see you back again. So you're all like going to go in the comments, probably going to say, man, you so early. You should have waited until AT&T came along and then did it. Well, I did it. So there. So there, I did it. Tough. All you Boost Mobile fanatics out there. I'm telling you, you're going to say, man, you started up too early. Well, too bad. I did. And now I got to deal with the consequences now. I have 2 T-Mobiles until October. That's too bad. Mr. Blaze, hello there. So, I guess Dish is trying to get people acclimated onto the AT&T network. But the only question is, if anybody who's watching this live stream can tell me, what do the Ting and Republic customers do? Because I know Republic, when I had them, that's my view on this. When I had Republic, I was using the T-Mobile network. T-Mobile and Sprint were separate from each other at that time. And Emmanuel, oh my God, I didn't know he existed. Emmanuel Santana. How is he doing? Mr. Emmanuel. Anyway, they were 2 separate people. So I don't, as long as you haven't, right. But what I'm asking, Carlos, is this is for the Boost people. Ting hasn't said anything, and Republic hasn't said anything. Good. Anyway, so Ting hasn't said anything, and Republic hasn't said anything. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes, I guess. Because on the phone that I have it plugged into, it is saying Boost Mobile. It's not saying AT&T. It's not saying T-Mobile. Excuse me. So it's not saying any of that. So we'll have to wait and see. Once I get the $60 put on there, we'll have to see how it works. But anyway, you all saw that picture of that tower. Yeah, I know that. He popped in my Twitter followers for some reason. But no, I'm not saying some reason bad. I think some reason good. I just looked at my Twitter followers and boom, there he was. Bang. So there you go. I'm happy. So anyway, you saw the picture of that tower. In the middle of the sidewalk, that long, brown, skinny thing with those 4 nodes on top. I know nothing about whatever they are up there. But what I don't understand is, why would people put that thing in the middle of the sidewalk? Isn't that a stupid place to put it? I feel like I'm one of those TV editorials. Today's editorial is going to talk about putting cell phone towers in the middle of sidewalks. The opinions expressed by WOR Television. Yeah, something like that. The opinions expressed here on this live stream do not necessarily represent those of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter Live and Restream. Well, Carlos, what I don't understand is I don't think that poll should have went there. Because now that pole should not have went there in the middle of the sidewalk. Because now when you walk down, it's going to go around that thing. And that person, if there's a house in front of that thing, has got to look out at that person's window every day and see that long brown or black pole that's there. And then they'll always say, well, I don't think it should be here. I don't like it here. We're going to do something up, and all that. They should have put it on a corner. When you go around the corner of a highway someplace, it would have looked a hell of a lot better there than it is in the middle of the road. Oh, well, I guess in the state of Nebraska, I guess you can't move a cell phone tower once it's stuck there. I guess there's nothing Verizon can do. I guess there's nothing the homeowner, I guess, can do either. They just got to walk around it, mow around it. On my street light next to my niece's house. I don't care. None of us in the neighborhood cares since it gives us more options. Well, that's better next to a street light than it is next to a in the middle of the road. Because, well, that's better than where that picture was. That's better than where that picture was. Yeah. A lot better than where that picture was, I can tell you that. A lot better. You know, street light. Right, but it's on a street light pole. It's not built from the ground up. That pole was brought in with a crane, from what I read further down the road, which it doesn't show. They brought it in with a crane. They plopped it down like this. And boom, right in that thing, they attached all the wiring and everything. Then Verizon turned it on, and boom, there it was. They tore up the sidewalk and everything to put it there. Right. But I wish we had, we don't have millimeter wave here. We don't have fiber either. We don't have fiber, nothing. All we have is, we have some sort of fiber put in. As I was moving in, they were finished. Yeah, we have something here. In 2008, they came here with this big, huge roll, wooden spool of orange conduit or something. And they put it in underground. It was Verizon doing it. So we think we have fiber phone. But I think our phone is still copper, and I think I think they put that orange stuff in, probably for future FiOS, I guess. But here in Delaware, like I've told you all before, we don't have very many options of anything. You know, we just have basic T-Mobile 5G, basic AT&T 5G with the plan that they offer, and basic Verizon 5G. No millimeter wave, no whatever else they call it, none of that stuff. It's just the basic 5G plans, the basic 5G everything. That's it. And, you know, that's all we got here. You know, when you sign up for a cell phone plan, you live here in Delaware, you get the basic 5G, you get the basic plan that they offer, and that's it. Nothing. Same with AT&T, same with T-Mobile. You don't get millimeter wave here. You don't get any of that stuff. But if you go up I-95 north, get into Philadelphia, then you get all the stuff. You know, the fiber, the millimeter wave. In Philadelphia, they map out their city in regions. So in each region, what do I call that? Each part of the city of Philadelphia, section 1, 2, and so forth, they have a different cable operator. So in section 1, it's this company. Section 2 is this company. Section 3 is Comcast Xfinity, and so forth. They have more options on cell phone, fiber, TV, radio, you name it, they got it. You come 20 miles down the road, down south to us, we have one dominant cable operator in this whole state. That's Xfinity Comcast. That's it. And then in select cities and towns, they have Fios. But Fios is not the dominant provider here. Xfinity Comcast is. And they have these little regional companies called Atlantic Broadband, Fios, Mediacom, and companies like that. But Comcast and Verizon, Comcast dominates the TV, and Verizon dominates the cell phone here in Delaware. So everywhere you go, I'm going down the highway, you see 12 Verizon trucks going down the road. You only see like 2 Xfinity trucks go down the highway. Then you go down to Sussex County, you see 12 Mediacom trucks. And in Middletown, you see 3 Atlantic Broadbands. So you can take your Verizon cell phone service, set it up here in where I live, and you can go anywhere in this state. Boom, it works. It works from north to south. But you take my T-Mobile, no, you don't see that happen. You go from north, you go from here to Dover, LTE. When you leave the city of the Newark area, you're on LTE. There you go. I'm not a tech expert, as all of you know, but still, I've had smartphones for years. And I never knew what 5G was until probably 2012, when all these cell phone carriers were talking about it. Somebody had to explain to me what 4G is, or what 3G is, or what 2G is, whatever that is. I had to be explained by a lot of tech experts to explain to me what 2, 3, 4, and 5G, what 2, 3, and 4G were. And as soon as one of the carriers said, oh, we're going to get 5G service, it's going to be great, it's going to be all over the country, and all that. I said, what the heck is 5G? We got 4G. Do we need another G? Do we need another G out there? So I had to contact a tech expert to tell me what 5G is going to do for this country. And she explained it to me via the internet. Some lady and some tech expert woman in Montreal, Canada, and was on a Canadian tech blogging site. And she explained it to me, and I did not understand any of it. But I don't know if you go up north to Canada, if they have 5G or not. You know, in Europe, from what I read, they've had 5G for 20 years. Yeah, we got it. When we got it, said, oh, well, it's going to cost, the carrier said, it's going to cost a lot of money to convert over from 4 to 5, and blah, 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 blah. But Europe has had it for years and years and years and years and years. Everybody's happy, maybe. Oh, Sneed's here. There he is. Hello there. 8 now we got in here. We're just discussing, Sneed, that article I sent you about the pole in the middle, about the Verizon small cell pole in the middle of the sidewalk in Omaha, Nebraska? Yeah, I wanted to show it for people who never haven't seen it. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, I'm talking about now, you know, when I was growing up, before I got my first cell phone, I didn't even know what a cell phone was. When I was 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, my parents had these. Yes, you saw that picture. That big long brown pole I sent you from Phone Arena, in the middle of the sidewalk, which is a stupid place to put it. Yeah, that. Why would somebody put that there? I could see it on a traffic light pole or a lamp post or whatever, but putting that thing in front of somebody's house. They got the permits from the city of Omaha. They built the thing, put it there, and everybody hates it, from what I read in that article. And Verizon had to explain themselves. And I looked it up, and there's a Nebraska state law, and Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile can't do anything about it. Once the cell phone pole goes up, that's it. Done. Yeah. But what I found out an existing law in Nebraska says once a cell phone tower, pole, whatever it is, goes up on wherever they're going to put it, it has to stay there. Unless the building owner wants it removed. Something like that. But if the city of Omaha decides to allow that big brown thing to go there, it has to stay there forever. And I don't know how they prosecute you. I guess if you have that removed, you'll probably get a fine or whatever it is. But you're not allowed to touch a cell phone pole once it's put wherever it is. Yeah, you can protest about it. It says you can protest, you can whatever, while they're in the permit process. You can say to the people approving the permits, it says in that law, and we don't want it here. We're going to fight to have the permits revoked. So, excuse me. You don't see too many. See, a lot of the towers here in Delaware are pushed in the woods. And so you don't see that too much. They're pushed in the woods when you see the top of the darn thing. But then when you want to go over there and take a look at it, you have to go through the bushes, like I did at one of our local parks. I tried to go back into the bushes to show you all a cell phone tower, but it was tough to go down under the ravine and over to that road to get to it by walking. So I said, to hell with it. You saw the top of it. I wasn't going to try to hurt myself trying to get back there to show it. So it's crazy. It's crazy where states, cities, towns, boroughs, counties, wherever it is, put these things so people can get people, including myself. This is my opinion on this. The views expressed here on this live stream, not necessarily those of YouTube, Restream, Facebook, or Twitter. Just my views. But anyway, I don't represent anybody who's watching in here. But this includes me. We all want fast, reliable cell phone service. But when it comes to placing the devices that make the cell phone service work, everybody says, we don't want it here. We don't want it there. We don't want it protruding our front yard, or we don't want it in this hole, or whatever it is. But the people want reliable cell phone service, but they're not willing to have the equipment or the poles to make it work. That's what the problem is. I don't care where they put the darn things, as long as the service works. That's all I care. See, I'm old. I'm getting old. older. I'm 51 years old. I'm getting sort of like my family, my extended family, where they just want to sign up for a phone service, get a reliable phone, and make phone calls, text, and data, and it works. That's all I care about. I don't care if the poles are on top of somebody's roof in a residential neighborhood. As long as they're there, who cares? And if the service don't work, then you're obligated to go somewhere else where it does work. And that's why there's all what I call third-party junks. Like, let's say, Joe Schmo's cell phone service, or Track Phone, or Mint Mobile. Nothing against those companies. Now, I don't want the Mint Mobile or the Track Phone shills out there having a fit, because Track Phone going to be Verizon soon. So I wouldn't call them third-party junks too much longer. But right now, they are third-party junks. And I saw on the news a few days ago that the current owner of Track Phone and Verizon are trying to push the FCC into getting this merger approved quick. But anyway, that's all we want in this country is for reliable cell phone service. Who gives a hoot where the towers are? They can be on somebody's roof or somebody's building or in the middle of the road, not the middle of the road, but in the middle of a sidewalk, like that picture was, or here and there and everywhere. You sign up for a cell phone company for God knows how long, and you try to deal with the service. Yeah. So the next time I go on here again, I'm going to show you all on T-Mobile's Facebook page. And I would like for you all to see all the people complaining and bitching and blowing and saying T-Mobile this, T-Mobile that. I want you all to see this. Man, it's like 112 pages of complaints and things that are wrong and all that. Man, I sit there and read all that and I say, oh my God, no. I wonder if Mike Seaver gets to read all that. And you see it on the Verizon Facebook page, and you see it on the AT&T Facebook page. People are saying, my Verizon service is all screwed up. I'm getting no service here, no millimeter wave over here, no this and no that, And you got to see all that. I'm telling you. But getting back to where they stick all these things, they have to get permission from the building owners, the homeowners, because here in Delaware, in your residential neighborhood, the sidewalk belongs to the homeowner. Okay? It belongs to the homeowner, and the homeowner has to approve if you're going to put a tower or a pole on the sidewalk. I don't know what the regulations are in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know if the sidewalk belongs to the city of Omaha or to the homeowner or to the state or the county or what. But here, if you live in a residential neighborhood, your length of sidewalk belongs to the homeowner. Okay, you're responsible to shovel it from snow, make sure it's repaired so nobody falls, or taking the tree roots out, something like that. It's the state law. If you're in one of our big cities like Wilmington, Newark, Georgetown, or Dover, the sidewalk belongs to you. And so snow removal, fix it so you don't fall, things like that. So where my mom lives, if we decided to put a cell phone tower, a pole, in the middle of the sidewalk, about 30... I know. I wish the hell we had that here. What the hell we had that here? Ugh. I'm telling you. So where my mom lives, okay, in her neighborhood, all the sidewalk, the length of the sidewalk belongs to each neighbor. Okay, so if she decided to put a long pole like that picture I showed earlier, and she decided to go ahead and allow, let's say, T-Mobile to put that brown, like you saw earlier, that Verizon did, put that brown tower in front of her house. Oh my God. You would have every single neighbor in that neighborhood saying, "Why did you put this cell phone tower here? We doesn't belong here." Blah 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 blah. You would have every single neighbor. There's like 212 people that live there. Okay, they're all regular family-style homes, and wish we had that stuff here. You would have, you would be sued actually. Then they'd probably have Verizon come out and tear the thing out. No more Cox. Oh, Carlos, I am so glad Cox isn't here. And we got crappy Xfinity. The TV's fine. It's just that their goofy internet is horrible. But anyway, so it's sort of the same thing. I don't know in Omaha, Nebraska, about the sidewalk situation. If they're owned by the city of Omaha, their county, or the state of Nebraska. So I'm wondering. Well, Carlos, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say their internet is any good, but their TV is tremendous. Their TV is tremendous. I mean, big time tremendous. They have the greatest and most reliable TV ever, X1. But their internet, their phone, their landline phone and their digital phone, but their TV, yay, number one. Well, and in central and southern Delaware, Comcast, the whole thing, TV, phone, and internet. In Kenton, Sussex County, Delaware, Comcast is, yeah, seriously. In Kenton, Sussex County, Delaware, Comcast has a whole different setup than we do up here. But they still offer X1 down there. That's all set up differently down there. So we have it's totally different down there. Up here, they have a huge, giant warehouse-sized building for customer care. Down there are all the rinky-dink stores in shopping centers, and they have to, when they call 1-800-COMCAST, they either get the customer care that's up here, or they get somewhere else in the United States, or they get overseas. I'm not even going to discuss the overseas issue. That's a whole different live stream altogether. So we're not going to discuss the overseas, but we are going to discuss everything else. So there you go. So that's the problem with these cell phone companies when it comes to, well, there's no problem, but there are a lot of people who depend on their cell phones, and they really don't give a hoot, or they don't care where the towers are, or what the bands are, or whatever. They just want to buy a cell phone, go into a Verizon store, an AT&T store, or a T-Mobile store, go in, take a look at the best deals. How reliable is it? How much the phone costs? How much the service costs? Go in, pay for all that, take the phone home, plug it up, activate it, you put the SIM card in, activate it, and that's it, done. And hopefully it'll make phone calls. That's the way I am. I'm getting up there in years, 51. I'm getting up there. With me, I'm sort of like my mom. She just got a new iPhone 12, Red, the Project Red. My stepfather got the iPhone 12 Pro, the big one. She got the regular iPhone, and they're on Xfinity Mobile. They use Verizon network. They're used to the Verizon network because they've had Verizon for God knows how long. And my dad also has Verizon prepaid. Anyway, so my mom and my stepfather, they know the Verizon network really well, so they're used to it. But they get billed by somebody else, by Comcast Xfinity. And they, like I said in my last live, they pay by the gig or by the minute. And you get so many gigs before you go over, and you're paying more. So I said to my mom, Mom, it's $45 for unlimited everything. Why don't you, since you like to text, and you like to talk, you like to go online once in a while, get the unlimited everything so you don't have a data allotment. She gets so many text messages, that she can use. I said, Mom, if you switch to the unlimited, you can text forever, or you can talk forever. Oh, Tom, look at this. There he is. Man, we haven't seen you for a while. Yes. There he is. So, that's what my parents and my stepfather, they like their pay per minute or pay per junk. And like I said before, I like my unlimited, where I can just turn, like when you drive a car, it's an automatic. I'm going to use an example like I did before, an automatic transmission car or truck or SUV. Just start it up, put it in gear, and away you go. And the vehicle does all the shifting and moving for you. Same way with unlimited cell phone service. This is just how I feel about it. Turn on the phone, it starts up, boom, there you go. One price. You can stay on that phone, talk and text, and be on that internet for life. One price. Boom. And there you go. A lot of people, I'm just guessing, but a lot of people think unlimited service is expensive. I don't know. But it depends on who you have. If you have Verizon, you'll be paying out the wazoo. If you get AT&T, it depends on what you get. If you get T-Mobile, it depends on what you get too. But I'm on the Essentials plan with T-Mobile, $60-some a month, boom. Now, on the next live, I'm going to give you the story. Well, we got 10 minutes. I'll give you the whole story on how I became a T-Mobile customer. You'll probably laugh. You'll probably think I'm goofy. And all you T-Mobile fanboys and fan men, fan women, fanboys, and fangirls are probably gonna probably criticize me for this, but who cares? Now, I was looking for a different. I had Metro for about a year, from February of this year up until about a month ago. I saw a deal from T-Mobile that get Essentials and all that stuff. So I signed up. Okay, I signed up. Everything was fine. They told me no down payment, no nothing. We won't even bill you for it. The next thing I know, they billed me for the down payment for the phone. Now, when I called them on the phone and I said, look, you don't do credit checks anymore, correct? Okay. My credit is shot to crud. It's not even on the map anymore. So why would you approve me for a cell phone service if I have crappy credit? And she said, well, we don't do credit checks anymore. The down payment depends on how good your credit is. So I said, you all determine a down payment on what my credit is? So if someone has perfect credit, no blemishes, no nothing, you're going to say no down payment for them, correct? And she said, yes. So if a customer's credit is, let's say, good, bad, poor, or in the can, you're going to make them put a down payment, correct? Okay. So Verizon and AT&T, they still use the old method of checking the customer's credit before they approve them for service. But T-Mobile does it backwards. And I think it's goofy. It's goofy. It's ugh. They approve you for service no matter how crappy and shitty your and your credit is. They say, okay, Mr. Smith, you're approved. And Mr. Smith would have like 300 blemishes on his credit report. And T-Mobile doesn't even look at that. They look at that when it comes to buying a phone. Okay? This is what they did with me. This is the whole story about what I went through. Okay? What I went through was this. When I was approved for service, I was also approved for a phone, which is the Motorola One Ace 5G. And I said, fine. And I said, well, there's a down payment of $216. Do I have to pay that? Or will I be billed on the bill for it? And she said, you don't have to pay for it at all. I said, good. Means I get a free phone, nothing to worry about, she said. This month's bill, the $216 was plopped on there without me even knowing about it. And they said, oh, well, you didn't pay the down payment, so we got to put it somewhere. So we billed you $390. It was almost $400. That phone, that bill. Then they reduced it with all the credits and everything, brought it down to $360, whatever it was. So I made a payment of $69 and change from the first bill, and it brought it down to $200 something. I said, good. It's a lot the hell better than what it was. So, in my opinion, I think T-Mobile is number 2 in expensive phone service. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not reliable, but it's not bad. And you hear all these TV commercials saying, oh, well, we have the best reliable service in the country. Blah, 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 blah. I don't think any service has the most reliable. I think a lot of these services have good coverage, good service. But it depends on who you get. And I'm not endorsed, and these are all my views, all my opinions. So you could probably take my opinion and go stick it in the trash can somewhere. But you know, um, I'm not endorsed by Verizon, T-Mobile, or AT&T. I just enjoy my little cell phone, my service, and have a good time with it. It works. It makes phone calls. I don't care where the towers are. I don't care about any of that other junk. As long as it works. As long as the company is gonna provide reliable, responsible phone service, that's all that matters. You know? And that's like Walter Cronkite used to say in the 70s, that's the way it is. For Sunday, August 1st, 2021. Boop. Something like that. He was a CBS News reporter until 2002 when he passed away. But anyway, I'm just trying to say to everybody out there, choose who you think is good for you. Like you hear all these other tech experts telling you, they're not endorsed by any of these cell phone carriers. Neither am I. And I'm not a tech expert like I always tell you on here. I just give you the experiences that I did, that I have gone through. Me. Nobody else. Me. Okay? And there you go. All right, we're getting close to an hour now on here. The time is flying by quick. I want to thank Sneed, Carlos, Tom, Blaze, and whoever else popped in here for a little while for being here tonight. Sometime this month, I know that you saw my last Patreon video, and I do charge $3. But if you all don't think $3 is worth it, then don't sign up and don't subscribe. But if you do think it's worth $3, put your 2 cents in, and I mean 2 cents, money. Oh, Latrell, I'm getting ready to end the stream, and you're here. Poo. Well, Latrell, watch the replay, because I'm going to end it in about 2 minutes. So I've been on here an hour now. Mr. Latrella, how are you? How are you? All right, everybody. Thank Carlos, Sneed, Blaze, who popped in for a little bit. Tom, Latrella, who just came in. All that good stuff. Have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you again on the next one. And sometime this month will be a Patreon video like I did before. So thank you all. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And we will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.